Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Omar from BMAi.com. Today I have another case for an iPhone 4. I want to show you guys today. This case works with iPhone 4 or 4S, and this product was sent to me free for review by Pure Gear. And so today we have the Pure Gear PX360 hardcore case here. This is a really cool case that they sent me. Definitely one of those rugged, like I said, a more hardcore style cases. Let's go ahead and just talk about what comes in the bag and with the case, and then we'll start talking about the case. So obviously you can see here we have the tool that you use to actually take off the case, because it does have screws. It comes with the Carabiner Clip. I'll show you where that goes in just a second. It comes with the bag here, and actually it looks like a regular plastic bag, but it also mentions here on the front that it's an H2O resistant bag. So I guess if you wanted to use this, you could take out the insert and use the bag for, I don't know, keeping other supplies or whatever you want. This is more of an outdoors style marketed kind of case, so I guess that's why they include that type of thing. So here we have there's a case here. Inside also is included is a screen shield. I didn't use it because I'm testing a different screen shield right now. So it does come with a screen protector, microfiber cloth, and a little squeegee card right there. So that's kind of nice that they include that in there as well. So here's the actual case, and it has a nice felt lining on the inside there, real soft. Definitely going to protect the back of the iPhone so it doesn't get any scratches or anything on it. Okay, so like I showed you, the Carabiner Clip is actually what clips up here, and I'll kind of show you how that works after I get that iPhone in there. So this is definitely a really rugged style case, guys. It's not as bulky and big as maybe like an OtterBox or those types of cases, but it definitely does a really good job of protecting the phone. So like I mentioned, it does come with a tool that is used to take out these screws. So as you can see, there's 6 screws in the front. And so one of the things I kind of liked about this is that, you know, these screws don't actually come off of the actual lip here, okay? Those, you know, other cases like the Element cases and things like that, you remove those screws, you could possibly lose a screw, because once it pops out, you could drop it, you lose it. But these screws don't come off, they stay right there, which is kind of nice. Now, the bad downside to using cases that have screws is when you want to take your iPhone out of it, you can't just snap it off. You have to actually unscrew it. But the main purpose for this is to make sure that these two pieces do not come apart accidentally, because I'm sure you guys have used cheap cases before. When you drop it maybe by accident, it just pops open and your iPhone flies out of it, and then, you know, can get damaged and messed up. So the screws ensure that it's not going to do that. So it does come with this little tool right here. It has a little bit, couple inch markers on it. Kind of outdoorsy style. Actually, you can use it for opening bottles too. It's a bottle opener as well. If you look in the very tip right there, that's where the little hex tool is right there on the very top. I think you can probably use this bottom piece right here to open the bottles up as well. And you can actually clip this to your keychain. That's one of the downsides of having this. You have to have the tool with you at all times. So the cool thing is you can just put this in your keychain. It's a bottle opener. It's a little tiny ruler right there. It has 2 inches on it. So you can keep it on your keys. And if you want to take the case off at any time, you can just get your keys out, remove the case off your phone, and you're good to go. So that's kind of cool. So like I said, it comes with a Carabiner Clip. The Carabiner Clip is what clips up here on the top, right here. And so if you want to keep this like on a backpack or on your back, or maybe if you want to loop it through your jeans or whatever, and your belt loops, you could do that as well. I really did not use this very much because I don't like having the Carabiner Clip, and I don't feel like if this is swinging on the back of my backpack, I don't want the phone to actually bump into something or hit something or possibly break the screen or whatever. So I didn't really use that. But you know, it's a nice thing that they include in there in case you know, the right type of person, maybe want to hook it to your purse or something like that. Definitely would come into handy. So let me go ahead and switch over to another angle. I'm going to get this case installed on the phone, or put the phone in the case, and then we'll go ahead and talk about all the ports and accessibility, okay? So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so as you can see here, I put my phone into the case, and went in pretty easily. Like I showed you guys, those 6 screws don't take too long to tighten up and get the phone in there. So once it's in there, it actually, you can see that it doesn't make it much bulkier at all. It's not very thick at all. It definitely feels like it's still protecting it though. It has a real nice soft plastic feel to it. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of what the texture is called, like a satin finish almost. That's what I'm thinking about. So it's real smooth in the hand. It doesn't feel sticky or cheap, like cheap plastic. And I've been using it for a while, and it's not scratched up at all. I've noticed it does a pretty good job with scratches. So I'm going to give you guys a walk around accessibility, and then I'm going to talk about one of the issues I kind of noticed with this case, all right? First off, let's see here. We have the headphone jack right there. Real big opening. You can fit most of your headphones in there pretty easily, and it also shows that the secondary microphone is not being blocked off at all. Standby switch has this clip right here, and this is kind of in the way, and so like I mentioned to you guys earlier, this is for what the Carabiner Clip would be used for, to hook into here if you want to hook this to your backpack, your purse, or maybe even your jeans or your belt clip on your pants. You can do that as well. So when you have to stick your thumb in there or your finger in there to get to the standby switch. So not too bad. It is still covered up, and it does protect it from any kind of bumps, but when you're not using the clip, it is kind of weird having this little thing right there. Get to the side, we got our silent switch. This will work with Verizon and AT&T iPhone 4s. 4Ss. I guess all the 4Ss are the same, but for the 4, the Verizon and the AT&T version. The button covers here are metal, so it actually still has, you can still feel the click whenever you move them there, which is real nice. Get to the bottom here, and we have a plug cover here. So we have the microphone and the speaker right here. Pop that open, so you need to pop this open to dock or to charge and sync your iPhone. Good thing about this is though, it's a big opening, so I didn't have any issues at all with my my 30-pin connectors going into this plug. Even the real big one I have in my vehicle that plugs into the car stereo, it's a real large one. I usually have problems getting it to fit with cases on it, but it fit in here just fine. Now I will stop here and mention, guys, that this flap right here is just a regular normal flap. It's just held by plastic, and I actually have, this is my case right here, and that flap actually broke on this one. This case I'm using right now is Ryan's. He let me borrow it, but I tested this case out for probably about a good month. I used this case just to really put it through the ringer, and yeah, after about a month or so, it broke off. And I mean, obviously I pop it off every single night to charge it up, and when I'm in my vehicle, so I'm constantly opening and taking it out, popping it back in, and it actually broke off. So Ryan's, as you can see, he hasn't had any issues with his. So I borrowed his for the case for this review, but I just wanted to make sure and point that out that you know, this could possibly break off. If it breaks off, it's still fine. It's still a functional case. I still was using this case the whole time, and you know, it's just one less thing to have to deal with. But I guess if you're gonna be out and about where there may be water or it may be splashing, you want to make sure that there's no chance of getting any kind of water in the connector. I guess, you know, that's good to have that there. Otherwise, it's not really that big of a deal. Okay, let's get to the front here. The home button is not being covered up. As you can see, there's a lip on it right there, so it does have a little bit of a lay on the table design. So if I put it face down, it's not touching the glass, it's touching the actual case. Get to the back, nice and flush right here is the camera, and with the flash hole, the opening for the flash, so that flash is not going to bounce off of the edge of the case, because it's really not that thick. If you guys can see the angle there, the plastic that's built up on the back of the phone, it's really not that thick at all. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. That is the full case. This retails for $49.99, so about 50 bucks. And like I said, I kind of wish that this little hook wasn't here, or maybe if they offered another version that didn't have the hook for the Carabiner Clip, because I never used the Carabiner Clip at all. It would have been nice to be able to just have a regular flush case. But it is what it is, and I'll be honest with you guys, I probably got more attention with this case than any other case I've reviewed, only because of this kind of weird shape here. People saw me using my phone and they were asking me like, what is that? Is that a viewfinder? What is that for? Is it an extra antenna? You know, I don't know, it just got a lot of attention. So I guess if you're the type of person that likes to get attention with your phone case, well, definitely keep that in mind. I think for the protection, it's a really good value. It's kind of a bummer about the bottom clip breaking off on the other one. Like I said, it's not a huge deal. You can still use the case. It's still functional with the nut on there. But that is one thing. One other thing I want to make sure I mention, and I almost forgot about this. If you do keep this in your keys, remember that little tool is at the very tip of the end right here. And it could round off, it could get bumped up. This plastic is not super hard. So I did kind of notice when trying to take my phone out of the case, or put it in the case, that it's kind of rounded off a little bit, the tip of the little tool. I actually had to get an Allen wrench to tighten, I think one of these screws over here, they, for whatever reason, just kept rounding off. It wouldn't tighten up anymore. So one thing to keep in mind, you may want to carry with you an extra Allen wrench, or just have one in handy in case you ever want to take it off. This is not the type of case that you're going to be constantly removing and putting back on your phone. It's either going to be put it on your phone and leave it there for, you know, a couple months at a time, or I really don't see people being comfortable wanting to take this on and off over and over and over again to swap out cases. So not a super big deal, but just keep in mind that's one thing. That's another thing I did experience. That little tool that it comes with, it did kind of round off a little bit. So guys, oh, and let me show you that one last thing that they do mention on the site. When you do pop on the tool in there, it does allow you to prop up the case a little bit whenever you're watching videos and such, which is kind of nice, I guess, if you want to do that. I mean, if this is on your keychain, it may not be as easy to do it like that, but if you just happen to have the tool in your backpack or whatever, I don't know. It's kind of an extra little bonus that they throw in there. So, real interesting. All right, guys, so like I said, $49.99. You guys can purchase this at puregear.com. That's PURE-gear. And yeah, go check it out. It retails for $49.99. And if you guys have any questions about this, go ahead and post a comment below. I'll do my best to answer those questions for you. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so at Omar Correa, or you can follow us on the website at BMAi iPhone. I'll see you guys in the next video review.